it's me again, and I'm going to talk about how I got into Japanese, how I got into Japanese culture, how I got into teaching in general. I kind of really want to teach other people back home about living in another country and why you should do it, and just what you can do with another language and all that kind of stuff. Just to begin, when I was little, I hung out with my twin brother. I am so glad that I had a brother instead of a sister. I watched a lot of the same shows that he did, and we played video games together. We did a lot of the same things together. I think the base of how I got into Japanese culture is through like TV shows, TV animation, like I said in my other videos, like Inuyasha, like the classics Inuyasha, Rurouni Kenshin, Pokemon. Pokemon was huge in my life. So all of that stuff came from Japan, and my brother told me that, and I was like, wow, they're pretty good at entertainment. I was more of a gamer. My friend across the street would always come over. Her and I would play games all the time and laugh and have fun and just stay up late, eat pizza. My 16th birthday, we had like a Super Smash Brothers tournament and had a bonfire outside and roasted marshmallows, and it was just good fun. I really got into that world because of my brother. I think that was kind of like the start of it all. Then I started listening to some Japanese music. I started discovering Japanese music, and one of my favorite artists, actually my favorite artist of all time, is Utada Hikaru. I don't know if you know who she is. In America, her name is just Utada, but I'm one of her biggest fans, and she was born in New York, so she speaks English and Japanese, and so I was able to hear both her English albums and her Japanese albums. But her Japanese stuff is really awesome, and you should check her out. She has the most unique voice. I love listening to her sing in Japanese. I think the Japanese language just flows in music. I listen to that stuff constantly, and I think that helped my pronunciation a little bit in Japanese. So just by listening to music, it helped in intonation and pronunciation. I just started to get into the language through music, and that's what I like to do. I'm actually German. My mom's side of the family is very German. My grandma speaks German. My great-grandma speaks German. I have a lot of family in Germany that I haven't met yet. I never got into German. My brother did a little bit, but I never did. I would like to learn German, so hopefully that'll be like my next language after I master Japanese. I had amazing teachers in high school, inspiring teachers that taught me what Japan was all about. And it's not just anime, it's not just entertainment, it's more than that. It's the history, it's the way they live, it's just the experience is so different. The culture is very different, so it's easy to continue to be intrigued with this culture. So I would learn something new every day. Eventually I became a Japanese club president in high school, and I decided to continue with it. And after a few struggles of deciding what I wanted to do with my life after high school, I decided to go into Japanese when I got into college. My first time I went to Japan, I was 17 years old. I signed up originally to go for 2 weeks to Japan. One of the teachers excluded me and a girl with diabetes because I have a peanut allergy. I know you don't know that about me, but peanut allergies are very common in America. And then another opportunity came up where I was able to host an exchange student. My exchange student and I became best friends, and she lived with us for 3 months. I ended up going on a study abroad program to her house. And that was the first time I came to Japan, and I immediately fell in love, and I learned what it was like to be a Japanese high school student. I wore the seifuku, I wore the uniforms, I participated in clubs and events, and I was just living that life. It just was life-changing, and I really wanted to keep going with Japanese and learning about Japan. When I got into college, I became event planner in my university's Japan club, and I continued learning Japanese with other inspiring teachers, and I made it my major. I studied ESL, TESOL, so I learned how to teach foreigners English, and that was really interesting and fun too. I didn't really know like which way I was gonna go. Was I gonna go to Japan and teach English, or was I gonna stay in the States and teach Japanese. I did to do an internship, a teaching internship in Japan the second time in college, and I taught elementary school, and I loved it. I lived in like a small apartment slash dorm with my friend, and I just learned about the education system for 3 months. And then after I did my internship, I had my dream to do the JET program, and gosh, I was so excited because it's so hard to get into that program, and a lot of people apply for it, and it's actually one of the best programs that you could apply for. Unfortunately, the company that I worked for didn't want an ALT at the end of the year, so I would have had to move somewhere else in Aomori. And I love to travel, and living in Aomori made it super difficult to travel, so I would take planes to Nagoya and Shiga just to visit people. I think Aomori is kind of like its whole other country in Japan. They speak a different dialect. They don't speak the Japanese that I learn. So my experience didn't go as I planned, but I kept going and I got another job. So I had a lot of jobs and I moved around a lot. My new job is pretty new, and it's definitely the perfect fit for me. I'm really happy with it, and I have more control over my classes. I have more stories. I have lots of kids. Teaching is like a performance. You really have to be energetic, you have to love kids, you have to be entertaining, and that's what I love to do, and now I'm doing it, and it's like a dream come true. So yeah, for those of you who are teaching in Japan, if the job you feel isn't like the perfect fit for you, there's so many jobs in Japan, there's so many ways that you can teach and inspire other people, so don't give up. Never ever give up. Keep going with your dream, because I finally am at a good place in my life, and I'm happy. I actually stopped studying Japanese for like a year because I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and I was moving around a lot. I think being a teacher is the best job in the world. For those of you who are in America or in other places in the world, it's great to live in another country. It's eye-opening. You learn new things every single day, and it's good to do it while you're young, but you can also do it when you're older. Time is not a thing. I hope you guys will follow me more and subscribe to my channel. This is more of a serious video, but there will be more entertaining videos in the future. Please post some questions about me or about Japan or about anything that you want to know. So yeah, thank you for watching.
This is fun.
This is what you get in Japan. You get like 5 menus. Which menu should I look at?